everybody, welcome to Lisa's Art Room. We are going to get started on this in just a minute. Let me just check sound before I talk too much. I've been having issues. If I can get it to show. Oh, come on. I'm waiting. It's here somewhere. There it is. All right, let's see if I can hear myself. Oh, thanks, Dawn. It's like, I got so used to counting on you telling me if the sound was okay. Oh my goodness. All right, so, hey, welcome to Lisa's Art Room. Tonight we're going to be working some more on our classic junk journal. We are live on Facebook. If you are just joining us and you see the little red button at the top left, if not, you're catching a replay. Sorry about the little crazy part at the middle there at the front. I don't know what's up with sound, guys. I try. It's so aggravating. But anyway, so tonight we're going to do a shaker card. I haven't done one probably since last year. I usually do them Christmas time. So I'm going to do another shaker card, and it's going to be a little bit different than my last one, because the last one I did with the transfer, and it's done just slightly different. So if you haven't seen that one, I think it was a Nutcracker one, so you could go check it out on my, it's on my YouTube, probably in the playlist somewhere. But anyway, let's see, what are we going to do? So I'm using this digital. So I'm just going to show you, make it easier. So this is a digital I got last year. I don't think I paid that much for it. I think I got it on sale. It's called A Yummy Christmas. It's by Lullabel Stationary. And it's real cute. I've been using it in a couple different pages throughout, but I wanted that little globe. So I'm going to use that, and I'm also using it for some cutouts that I did that are on here. So you'll see that. Hey, Lori. So let's go ahead and get started on this. I'm going to pull the camera up top, so just bear with me while I make the switch. Oh, why it seems shadowy. Yeah, I'm going to move that light over closer. Get a little bit less shadowy. It's like I don't like the light close when I first get on because it shines in my glasses and I can't see anything. All right, so oops. Once again, I tried to scroll and it kicked me right out of the video. I don't like that feature. I'm just trying to scroll the chat and it tries to scroll the whole thing up instead of just the chat. All right, I don't see anything. I think my cat is up and wanting out already. Do you believe that? His timing, I swear. So we're working in this signature. All right. So I got it all set up already, so I didn't waste time doing all the tedious stuff. So I'll talk about what I've done. So this is the page I'm going to use, and yes, he's wanting out. Of course he is. Just one of those. I'm not sure which one of those I'm going to use yet. So the paper page that I am using was this one. I showed it to you guys last time. I don't think I have a full one anymore because I cut them all up. But it's the globe. So I've cut it to the size. It's on cardstock. I've cut it to the size that I want for my shaker piece. And then I took a piece of plain white cardstock and I lined it up to it without the circle cut out. And what I did is I just held light under it so that I could see the image. and then I traced where that was. You could also do it with like graphite pencil or something, graphite paper to trace it, or a chalk pencil scribbled on the back, because you won't see the back. But I just held it up to light and drew where I needed the circle, and then I got my die cut circles and I cut out a circle on this page exactly where I needed it. So that's how I got that little top. These are both like 65-pound cardstock. They're not super heavy. You could go heavier. I just don't have anything heavier. This is just some stuff I cut out for this other page. We're going to put because it kind of matches nicely. And then this is a background page. Goes like that. That was in the same set. This same Yummy Christmas Junk Journal kit set by Lullabel. And it's one of her background pages. And I'm just going to use half of it. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. Maybe that one. And I just got to tear the edges, and then I'm going to stick it on this page for a background. And then we're going to make our shaker card and put that on here. I've got a little piece of acetate cut. Typically I put marker on the edge of these so you can see them, because otherwise you lay them on your table and you lose them. And you're like, where is it? I can't see it. So, but if you take a Sharpie, and if you just run it along the edge of your acetate when you cut it out. This is a thicker piece of acetate. It's just some stuff that was covering a canvas that I had. So I'm just repurposing it. You can get acetate in all kinds of places, but so just a little piece of acetate that's cut smaller than the actual card, but bigger than the circle, so that I can fit foam tape around in that space. So you need at least, I would say, give yourself a ½ inch on each side so that you have room for your foam tape, because we're going to be putting this behind here with foam tape on it. Okay, so that's our parts, and then of course we've got all of our shaker bits. Let me let this cat out because he's just going to sit there and dig at the door. So 1 second. I know. Okay. So you can use lots of things for shaker cards. I've just got like a pile of stuff here. So the one thing you will need is some sort of double stick foam. I've seen people use like the fun foam stuff, the kids fun foam, and just cut it and then glue it. That's not the easiest way to go, but it does work. I've done it. You can use this stuff that you get in like your office supply area, probably. It's just a double stick foam tape, but you have to cut it to fit. So also not perfect, but it does work, and I've used it before. You can see I've got some cut up here already. So if you do use this, you just need to cut yourself strips. And I usually put a backing paper over it before I try cutting it, because the other side's sticky, and if you try cutting it without backing it, it's going to be awful. Your scissors will just stick. So just find yourself some sort of backing paper. Maybe you had some stickers that you removed all the stickers from and you saved that piece. That works great. I have some backing paper that I had from like Chalk Couture. They had like their transfer backing paper, and I use that a lot of times because I don't do that anymore. But so you can do that. But you can also just buy foam pieces that are different widths. Okay, so I think somebody sent me this. I have a feeling Dawn might have sent me this. But this is foam backing. It's got tape on. I'm trying to get rid of the tape. Okay, so it's one-sided, sticky on the other side. So you can use this, and that's probably the easiest thing to do. I also had some from, I think, scrapbook.com floating around somewhere. I'm not sure where exactly, but so you need that foam tape. You need some sort of things to put in it. Now, you do not want things that are staticky. So do be careful about the things that you decide to put in your shakers, because some things are really staticky and that will not work well. For instance, I bought this resin thing for putting in resin. And you see how it's stuck to the top of that plastic? That's a good, that tells you right there, this is not a good shaker fill, because it's going to stick to everything. Even if you powder it, sooner or later it's just going to start sticking. You can powder it with the like the embossing powder little pouch thing that's got like a powder in there, and that does help some, but it's best just to use the type that's not staticky. Okay, these little type things, these little candy, they're like I don't know if they're not clay, but they kind of feel like it almost. So those kind of little things, you don't want them to be super thick. Keep in mind, it's got to be thinner than your foam. Okay? So when you're going to get stuff, make sure that it's thinner than your foam you're using, or it won't move. All right, so I've got those little candy things. If I can get the top back on. And sequins are nice. Just some little sequins. These little shells I've used before. They're not super thick ones. It's like a crushed shell. Little pieces of gold that I just saved from something I cut up, some sort of ribbon. So, you know, different things you can find. Snow, as long as it's a good snow that's not super staticky, that seems to work. I've been using this one that I got from like a Target. These little bottles at Target in their dollar section. I've been using it. I don't like the one from Dollar Tree as much because it is a little more staticky. This one doesn't seem to be as staticky for some reason. But this one is a little more staticky, but it will work. It's not terrible if you don't put too much. But I don't know why this one's made out of something slightly different. The material isn't as plasticky as the other one. It's almost more, I don't know, wax papery, kind of, sort of. Seed beads are great because they make a great noise. So the tiny little glass beads like these are, let me see what size they are if I can even read it. I had a magnifying glass, guys, because I can't read nothing. They make these things so small. What size is it? Even with my glasses on. These are 11/0 seed beads. So that's a good size. And they just sound good. So I like those. I also have a big pack of them here. I got on clearance at Michael's. Look in their clearance section. You know how they have that aisle that's got like all the bins with the clearance? Look in there. Especially after the season, you can grab stuff really cheap. So I got that there. So I got plenty of that. Little snowflake confetti type stuff. Those are nice. So buttons can be used if they're really, really thin. I had a hard time finding buttons that are thin enough. Most of them are a little too thick and they don't tend to move around. But if you can find really thin buttons, they're fun. So I'm going to take out, I need these seed beads, I need this. I don't want, these are too big, I'm not going to use those, but they do work, but they're too big for this one. And I've got some sequins in that little one there. This is from, where's this from? Probably Hobby Lobby. Yeah, Hobby Lobby. I don't know. They were just in the sequin area. I don't have, I cut off the label. So that tells you what you can use for filler. You can use the Tim Holtz mica flakes. I think that'll work. I don't think it's too staticky. And especially if you color them with alcohol ink, they're usually white. But if you color them with alcohol ink, you could use mica flakes. A little bit of the Tim Holtz, what's it called? I've done forgot. Hold on. It's right here somewhere. Not grit paste. It's called rock candy. You can use that. If you don't want to use glitter, but you want to have something sparkly, this is good. It's not staticky. So I'm probably moving it way too fast. Rock candy, crystal clear glitter. But I colored it with alcohol ink, so that's what's in this bin, is different rock candies that I've colored with alcohol ink, which I might use a little bit of. I'm not sure. We'll see. So that tells you what we need. I'm probably going to use that little one. Where did I stick it? I had it just a second ago. It's not there. Girl, did you lose it already? Did I stick it in another container? I don't know where I stuck it. Oh, it's right there. I thought it was this one. I want this one. It's not. It's thin already, so I don't have to cut it. I could use some of this that I already have cut up, which I might. Actually, I'm going to take out this one too for the edges. Probably, I don't know. I might use. I'll just throw them all out. We'll just stick them all out there. But you got to also fill in the edges so that it has support. Okay, so I'm glad y'all are liking your journal. It makes me happy. Okay, get stuff out of the way a little bit, and we can start putting this. This ribbon is this is crochet lace. I got this off of Amazon. I got green and red because I was trying to dye red and I couldn't do it. It just wasn't turning out good. So I finally found some on Amazon and bought some, but I sat it there because I'm going to be putting ribbon on or lace on the edges of the pages, and I would just kind of wanted to remind myself not to get too close to the edge so that I have a little bit of room to glue this. These are nice though. They're $9.99. I'm not affiliated with Amazon, guys, but I do have a favorites list for y'all. But look how it comes. It's a ton. I don't even remember how much, but it's on my favorites list. I put it in there. I just put the green one, but if you click on it, it gives you all the color options, and there's many. But it was $9.99 for this much, which it was a lot. I don't know how many yards, but it was a lot. So that's nice. So I bought that. So first thing I'm going to do is get this page ready, the background. I'm just going to, I don't know if I want to keep it all together or not. I think I do. Thing together. I'm debating on taking that last little bit off because it's just easier. Now, I'm going to take off this part because it's just going to add too much bulk from working in it. We'll leave this one. All right, so I want to glue this onto here. So I'm going to tear all the edges and I'm going to ink around so it kind of blends in. It's not a perfect match to this page, but it worked good for the colors of this particular snow globe thing that I'm working with. So let me tear these with my tearing ruler. And I'm just going to tear a little bit off because I don't want too much removed because it just does fit the page. This is a typical page size. So I'm just going to tear off a small piece on each edge. Almost got it. There. And one more. And I made this tearing ruler myself. Very easy to make. Grab yourself a wooden ruler and make your own. There's a video on it somewhere on my page, probably on my YouTube. So I'm going to ink this. I think I'm going to go with, do I want to do red? I am tempted to do red. I thought about doing brown. I don't know. I'm trying to pull it into this page a little bit more, and I don't think I want green. But red might pull it in a little bit more. I don't want to leave it white. I thought about leaving it white, and I was like, I don't think so. I'm going to ink it, though. I'm going to ink it with brown, I think. This should show. I'm going to try vintage. I think it'll show. Yeah, this shows fine. I might do brown. I don't know. All I have is, I have lumberjack red, and then I have a mulberry. I don't have a lot of reds. So it might be better off just doing brown. If I thought green would look all right, I would do green. But the green on the other page is more of a brighter green and not a sagey green. It's more of a, it's like there's sagey green here, but then this green is very bright, more like a holly or something. You know, that classic Christmas green, I guess. Did I get all those edges? I think I did. All right. So I don't know. Maybe brown. I'm undecided. Okay, let's grab a piece of scrap. What do we got for scrap? Here's something. I just want to see what it's going to look like. So if I do brown, this is just really, really quick just to kind of look at. If I get my ink out of the way. All right, so if I do brown, that's what I'm going to be dealing with, which isn't bad because it just kind of blends into the edge of that. And if I do green, find my green, it's here somewhere. Don't lose your thingy. All right, green. I just had it earlier too. I know it's here. All right, this green. No, that is not green. Boy, that looks green. Black soot, lost shadow. There it is. All right. The archival is they call it fern green. Let's see. Try to find something I can do it with. Oh, come on. I know one of these is archival. There it is. Which one's pink? That one's pink. We don't want the pink one. All right, archival green. I'll do a better job if I do it. This is just a see what it looks like thing. So if I do green, it would look like that. It's actually not horrible. I kind of like it. I wasn't sure. I don't know if red will be too much, but we'll try red too, just to cover our bases. So let me grab that pink one. Oh, that's not it. Pink, pink, pink. Oh, come on, you just had it. Girl. Too many of them. All right, where's my red? I have lumberjack plaid red floating around here somewhere. There it is. Or I have mulberry. Mulberry's archival. It's not quite as strong. It'll match this red better, I think. Let me find them. Let me find the mulberry. I'll probably put it back in the thing. A lot of inks, guys. Too many inks. All right, mulberry. Let's try that color. Is that the pink one? Yep, okay. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, so if I do that. That looks like that. So we got that. Let's see if I can move these. Green. Brown. Any thoughts? The green's not bad, is it? Does it pull it into the other page? I feel like it does. Any thoughts, Lori? This one's yours. And Dawn, you can let me know later, because I'll do yours after. I'll keep this powder out too. Put that there. I'll give you 1 second to respond, assuming my chat is going through properly. No preference. All right. Well, I'm going to do green because I kind of like the contrast. So let me move that so I can block that page off. Nope, too short. Maybe another one's longer. Probably not. I'll just move it. No, I do have that one. Here, I'll use this one. Need more space. Oh my gosh, I can't see the line. Too many shadows. There. Okay. I'm going to try this green. I think I did that one right. Yeah. I need so much more room. Oh, I don't want anything to get there either. Where's that paper I was just destroying? I'm just going to tear that off. There. It's not much, just a tiny bit on the edge there. Hey, Deborah. Okay. Okay, get all this inked up, and then we can glue that page down. So I'm going to put this on with a magnet. I'm not sure how it's going to work, but that was what I really wanted to do. So that's what I'm going to try to do, because I didn't want to put it in a pocket because you don't see much of it, and I didn't want to do a belly band. So I decided I would attempt to do a magnet. So that's the plan. All right, I think that should be enough. Let me just double check the size. Yeah. Okay. Put this ink up. Put that there. All right. Goes like that. And this is going to glue to the middle of this. Like I said, there isn't much showing. It's just a tiniest little bit, but you know, it is showing some, so. Debating on glue. I think I'm just going to use my art glitter. I'm going to use it, I think I'm going to use the bigger nozzle. So I don't think I can get it on there before it dries. I'm going to move this just because it's going to be in my way. All right, let's see if we can do this. Coming out? Nope. This one always plugs up because there's no there's nothing to go in the hole, so it always kind of doesn't plug a lot, but it just plugs a little. Floral wire and a cork works really well. This is printed on resume paper, so it's a little thicker than just normal copy paper, so I don't have to worry as much about my glue seeping through it, but it's not like heavy like cardstock. I'm going to actually add it with a little picture covering it, like a little I don't know, something. I haven't decided what, honestly. Something. Because I don't want, this says writing. Which way does it go? Okay, I think it's that way. I didn't want to put it all the way under because I was a little worried that it wouldn't go through. So I'm going to stay a little closer. Alright, so there's our background. And then we need a spot for our battery. Just give me a wipe. Hold on one second. This nozzle's... Okay. So, I want, when you pull the shaker card up, there's just going to be a little peekaboo item where the magnet is. So we're just going to pick something to stick there. I think maybe because the other page is going to be, you know, I have a gingerbread man. Do I have two? I know I have one. Let me find the one gingerbread man that I know I have. If I don't have it, I'll figure out something else for Dawn's. If I don't have two. There's so much stacked up here, guys. I'm just dropping stuff everywhere. All right, what is this one? Nope, that's not it. Stamperia, tiny fussy cut, 8x. I don't think it was in my 8x8. Might have been. We'll pull it. I think it was in the 12x12. 12x12 small. Where'd you put it? 12x12 small. Stamperia. There they are. I'm organized, but you know, sometimes with all the stuff, it takes a minute. All right, so something to put there. I like the idea of just a little surprise, you know. That's cute. I know I saw a gingerbread man. I just don't know. I don't think I've used it already. And then I also thought just, you know, food or something would be cute. But I really think I saw a gingerbread man. There he is. Little gingerbread man. I think I'm going to just stick him in the magnet under him. Just as a little peekaboo item. Cute. I think that would be cute. Alright. I'm pretty sure I should have two because it's in the 12x12. And I had two sets of 12x12, so if not, I'll figure something out. Okay. So we're going to ink him because he was fussy cut and he's got a little bit of an edge on him. Okay, so that's where my magnet's going to go, under there. So I've got these magnets I got from Amazon. Here, I'll just show it to you because, well, if you can read it, because honestly, I can't even tell if that's in focus, guys. It's too close from my vision. What does that say? Neodymium? I'm sure there's a better way to pronounce that. Magnets with adhesive. So, I got this set. It's probably in my favorites list. I kept them in their stuff because they tend to want to just go everywhere and fly. They have a mind of their own. I pulled these out, didn't I? Yeah, I totally did. Okay. Get them back in there or I'm going to lose them. So we're going to put a magnet there, and then we're going to put a magnet on the back of our card. So it'll be this page, which is the back. And we can do that now. It's not going to affect anything. So what you want to do is figure out exactly where you want it. Figure out where your magnet's going to be. Because like I said, I wanted to leave just a little bit of room for lace there, but also don't want it to hit, you know, the page. And I kept it pretty big. I could probably go it slightly smaller, but I'd rather it be easier to deal with. So I'm going to do it kind of right there in the middle. So it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Just make yourself a mark. So we're just going to put a little X there. And then we're going to get the magnet on here, and then we're going to put the magnet here. So these magnets have two sides, and you need to make sure that they're matching up to their right side. Okay? I'm not going to use that one because, see what I mean? They're crazy. They really are kind of crazy. They kind of freak me out because they're strong. Don't get them near anything that can't be around magnets. This one goes, I think, on, see, it's going to flip. See, if I try to put it on this side the wrong way, it's going to flip over the right way. So you want to make sure that when you put your magnets down that you're the right way. So you have to keep that in mind. So this sticky goes to the back of this card, and then this sticky will go underneath him so that that part's up. Okay, so just think about that before you put them on. But this sticky stuff is decent. It's not great, but I always cover it with something else, so it doesn't really matter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, peel off the little sticky thingy. Okay, and that's going to stick right there. I'm going to try to zoom just a little. I can't zoom a lot, but I'll try to zoom a little for you. Dust and everything else in here. Goodness. So sticky on there. I'm going to put it where that little X is, kind of, sort of. Okay, I'm just going to stick it on there. I'm going to try to pull this other one away if it's sticking. Okay, so that's that one. And then this one, like I said, is going this way. Okay, because we just took that one off of here. So this sticky is going on the page. Okay, and I'm just going to put it where I think it needs to go. Here, I'll just use, this one doesn't have, I can kind of feel it. I think it's going to kind of go right there, but we're going to see if I can judge a little bit better. So I'm just going to feel where it is. Put my finger there. So I want this one to stick there. Here, we'll just put a teeny little X. Okay. So I'm going to peel off the sticky on this one and stick it on this X. Okay. All right. So what should happen? I'm going to put this in between just because I don't want it to, do I have any? I'm just going to tape this temporarily, guys. I just want to test it and make sure that it's sticking. This one I think has been on there long enough. Okay, let's see where that hits. That's good. That's feasible. So peel it back off. All right, so we're going to secure this a little bit better. And I'm going to do that just by putting a little circle on there or something. It could just be the plain circle that you cut out. Like this is the die cut that I took from there. So I could just use that. Or you could use something decorative if you wanted. This isn't really going to be a journaling space because it's going to be too bumpy for journaling. So I'm not real worried about it. It's just going to be the back of it. So I'm just going to stick it over this just to kind of secure this a little bit better. You could put masking tape over it. Sometimes I do just to make sure that it's really sucked down there. Just a little piece of masking tape maybe. You're not going to see it. So and it's thin. This is just Dollar Tree masking tape, I think. So just stick that on there. And then I'm just going to cover it up so it looks better. You don't have to, but we're just going to cover it up with, I think, one of these. If you wanted, I could do something decorative, but it's not absolutely necessary. You will only see it when you pull it off. But, you know, I could put a little, you know, Happy Holidays or any one of these things. I've got lots of little circles and things. You know, but then that's going to entice me to decorate the whole back. And I don't know that I really want to decorate the back of it because it is just the back. So I think I'm just going to use my piece I took off. And like I said, I'm only doing this just to kind of secure it a little bit better. Okay, stick that over the top. I'm just going to squish it down. Now I know that that magnet is where it needs to be. And then we're going to do this one. And we're just going to glue this down. I might throw a little bit of masking tape on there just for safety's sake. It just can't be bigger than my little gingerbread man. I think it's fine. Just a teeny bit there. Yeah, pick them up. Yeah. Secure him down. But do test your magnets before you go gluing everything in place. Just temporarily hold it to test it. Okay, just gonna stick him in there. There, nice and secure. Now when we put this together, it's just gonna pop right into place. It holds pretty well. Okay, so that's how that's going to work. So we've got that part done. Now we need to decorate, and we'll move this. Decorate our, where can I put you? I'll put you there. Our little shaker card. Let me put my pen back in here. All right. So, like I said, when I did this, drive me crazy. Got glue on there. Get this glue off, but my acetate, I just cleaned it. I just cleaned that acetate. Now it's dirty again. It's just an alcohol swab. Now it's clean. You stay there. All right, so like I said, I die cut this face, and let's see which side it is. I think it's this side, but I like this side better, so I'm just going to erase the pencil. It's not much. It's just a tiny bit of pencil line there. Okay. So you want to make sure everything fits together properly. So just hold them together, make sure they line up. And I cut out this bottom piece. So these are all my little pieces. So I cut out the base, because it's going to go on the card front. Okay, so when I printed this, I printed 2 of these. And then one of them I cut out the base. And the other one is just whole, and it's for the background. And it will be the globe that you see through the hole. Okay? So I'm going to, I think I'm going to decorate the front first because it's a little easier to glue before you put the foam on the back. I will be putting the foam here, and it just gets kind of bumpy and it's harder to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and decorate it first. So I have like a picture because I planned this all out ahead of time. The only thing I did not plan out was my saying. So Lori, if you will, just pick a saying that you like. I have lots to choose from. So I'll give you a few options here of the ones I think that you'll like. Okay. Kisses from heaven. All right, so we have believe in the magic of Christmas. Snowflakes are kisses from heaven. Take time to chase the snowflakes. Winter kisses and snowflake wishes. All right, that's the ones I have to choose from. So y'all, you let me know what you think. And Dawn, you can let me know in a PM or something, or you can tell me now. It doesn't really matter. I'll do yours later. Like I said, I just threw something somewhere and I don't know where it went. Hopefully it was nothing important. I feel like it was. How many candy canes do I have? Was it a candy cane? It totally was, wasn't it? All right, I gotta find my other candy cane that I just tossed somewhere. All right, candy cane. Oh, there you are. Trying to get away from me. Winter kisses and snowflake wishes. Okay, dokie. That's the one we'll use. Okay, so we've got a little saying. We've got our base. I'm actually gonna just pull this. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it lined up, so I'm gonna tape it down. I'm gonna tape it in place and make sure y'all can see where I am first. I just want to see where everything goes. Where can I tape safely? Then I'm not gonna be sticking anything. I think right here. Okay. So I want the base bow because I don't want to stick to anything. So I only want glue on the bottom part where I'm going to attach that. I did kind of put the leaves under there a little. Let me see. Which leaves were those? I think this one. Got two different sizes here. Is that big or little? I can't tell. All right, I think those are the same. I think these are the same. I just printed these different sizes so I'd have a variety. And I also printed the, I don't know if the candy canes on the cutout were just one way. Yeah, they're one way on the digital, but I flipped the ones that I needed. You can do that on your printer easy when you're doing it. Just flip it. So a couple of those I flipped. I think I flipped one of them. All right, so we're gonna glue that in place, but like I said, not that bow part. So I'm just gonna hold the bow. So just below it. I want to match the bow up in the picture, but I don't want to glue. Okay, and then let's see, we're going to put holly leaf here. And I think here, so right here and right here. And then the smaller candy cane, two of these are bigger, yeah, smaller candy cane there. Okay, so start with this one. That's kind of catty corner right there. I may cut the corners. I've debated on whether I wanted rounded corners or square corners. I don't really know. It's fine either way, realistically. I did, on my Nutcracker one here behind me, I rounded the corners on this one. So, I don't know, Laura, you can let me know do you like the rounded corners or do you like the square corners? I can do either. I just need to know before I glue it together. It's easier to round it. I can do it after, but it takes scissors. All right, so this is gonna go about there. So I like to do the decorating before, like I said, just because I think it's easier to work with if I do it before. I did ink all of these beforehand, so y'all didn't have to watch me sit here and ink the edges of these tiny little pieces. So I inked the candy canes with a little bit of red, and I inked the you like the rounded? Okay. I inked the pine cones with brown and these with green. And I did use that same archival on that green. And this is just like vintage photo. So this one's going to go here. So. And I just fussy cut these out. I did a pretty detailed job of fussy cutting them, so they've got all the little openings and everything. Okay, little pine cone. This one's gonna go about, I think about there. All right, and then we've got these up here. So I think about there, and gotta leave room for a word. So word's gonna go there. Think like that. All right, let's do the word first, since that's kind of gotta be in a spot there. I inked this with tumbled glass, distress ink. These are actually my labels. I probably did it as a freebie for my VIPs last year. I will look and see if I can find it, and I'll go ahead and post it to my page for y'all. All right, let's see if I can get these in the right spot. I think about right there. It's coming apart. Let me look again. Okay. So just under that F. Okay, this one's going to go in the same spot, kind of, sort of. So, this is going to go like that. That. I like doing shakers though. I think they're fun. And, you know, they're fun to play with. And by using a magnet, it's removable, so you can pick it up and actually shake it. And it's not just for, you know, tapping it and shaking it. Because if I just glued it to the page, then you could just, you know, tap it and shake it, but you wouldn't be able to actually pick it up and play with it. Somebody's being noisy in the kitchen. All right, cute. So that is our decoration. Pull off this tape. I thought about putting the stars. I'm debating on the stars. So I have these stars. I could fill in a little bit with these stars. So I could put like 3 stars. What do you think? Stars yes, stars no. What do you think, Lori? I guess it pulls in that brown a little bit, doesn't it? They've got some glitter on them. I put some of that lunar paste on them. They've got this on them. I don't know if you can see it because it's hard to see on camera, but it is on there. I'll put them on. Why not? I think they're cute. Let's stick them on. Oh, there she goes. She said yes. All right. Like I said, my chat's always so delayed. It's quite frustrating. There's my little cloth. Oh, now she's singing. She never realizes that I can hear everything in this room. She likes to sing when she's in the kitchen for some reason. Get on there. There you go. Okay, so I've got that. So now we have to put our corners on because I don't want to try to put the corners on after. Hopefully I can line it up. It's sometimes challenging, but hopefully I can. If not, I'll trim it. But we're just going to cut the corners first. Because once it's put together, it's harder. Then you can do it with scissors, but it's not as easy. So there's that one. All right. Make sure everything's still lining up. Yep, looks good. So now we got to add our foam and our acetate. Okay, so first we got to glue our acetate down to the back. That is very important. Don't forget that step. You don't know how many times I almost forget that step. It's a big one. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. So for this, I like to use double stick tape. I just think it works best. So I'm gonna grab my double stick tape. Let's see. I just bought this one from Dollar Tree. It actually works fine. I wasn't sure. Usually I get it from scrapbook.com, which is what those two are, but this one's Dollar Tree. I tested it out and it works pretty good. So we're going to put our glue on our acetate on all 4 sides. So, like I said, double stick tape's just the easiest, I think. I'm going to move this because it's just in my way. This is where having that marker on the edge comes in handy. Now, you do want to make sure you stay on the outside so that you don't see it popping through your little circle there. And I think that's why I try to give myself like a ½ inch. It just makes life easier if you have enough room. Somebody said I'm organized. I try. Went too far. Nope, still showing. Like on my fingers. Double stick tape is the hardest thing to get off your fingers. Okay, one more. Like I said, I got this piece of acetate off my canvas. When you buy those multi-packs of canvases at Michael's, they come with like that protective piece of acetate. And it's huge because most of my canvases are they're like 16 by 20, so I get a huge piece of acetate as a bonus. Let's make sure that this still fits inside, just barely. I could have gone a little bit narrower, but I'm okay. I'm where I need to be. So I just didn't want it to show through the pane there. So this is just getting stuck on before we put our foam tape. This is a flat tape. This is not a raised tape. This is just flat. You can glue it, but glue doesn't tend to hold acetate. It tends to pop loose after it dries. It'll act like it's holding, and then later on it'll just pop off. So I would not go that route. So one thing I do notice on this is not as clear as the scrapbook.com one. Now, if I was real worried about anyone seeing it, which you won't see this, but if I was, I would not want to use this one. So now I got to try to line this up. Yeah. All right, I'm going to try to stand over it and do it. Because these edges, I don't have a lot of room. It doesn't matter where it is exactly as long as you don't see it. So just real worried about the edge there. And once you stick it, that's kind of it. So you get one shot to get it down. All right, we're good. So that's just the acetate for that. So it's covered. And now we have to put our foam tape to enclose our sprinkly things, our little bits, our shaker bits. That's what I'll call them, shaker bits. So pick out your foam tape. I'm going to use this one. Hopefully it'll go in a circle because we're going to make a circle with this. So I want to go around the area where I want the shaker bits. Not so close that you can see it, but not so far away that all of my shaker bits will hide. Okay, so keep it close enough that your shaker bits don't hide. The thickness almost feels thicker than my other one. I wonder if it is. It's close. All right, so I like to stay like I don't know, we'll say a 1/16 to an 1/8, no more than an 1/8, but try to stay just around a 1/16. Okay, so we're gonna just go around circle. Usually this foam tape will bend fine as long as it's not too wide. The wider it is, the harder it is to go in a circle. If you're just going a straight edge, it's not a big deal. But if you're going in a circle, you have to kind of keep that in mind. So we're just going to put this all the way around. If you don't have one long piece, you can always piece them together. Just make sure they're close enough that your little bits don't go through. Okay, and then when you get up to the last little bit there, just make sure you try to cut it as close as you can get it. You want to make sure that that is closed completely. Okay, so the reason that we didn't want to go deeper on this is that all the shaker stuff would fall into this little area, okay, and it would be hiding down here and it wouldn't stay up here. So that's why you get as close as you can, at least on the bottom part for sure, like that. Okay. Thank you, Bonnie. I hope you can buy one sometime soon. I'd love it if you'd buy one. I do have some little ones that are not as expensive. I have those Christmas ones that I did last year. They are I think $50. So they're not as bad. I know journals can be very pricey. So much time and work goes into them. But I do have those, which I'm probably going to auction off soon because I need to move them. I wanted to move them before the end of the year, ideally. I have 3 of them. They're smaller. They're like 6 by 6, I think. So I'm not going to peel this yet because I want to put all the rest of the stuff on first. So I want the foam tape just for support now. So whatever size you want for support. Get this piece of tape off of here. So this is going to go on the outside edge. You don't absolutely have to go all the way across. You can just put like a piece here, piece here, piece here, you know, and not use quite as much foam if you're low on foam. Because, you know, supplies aren't always cheap. Although I did say I got some of this at Dollar Tree, so that's not bad. So this is just going to be, it just keeps it evenly supported. Now, I'm too narrow here for that, so I'm going to switch over to this one. Actually, that other one. Put that back together. Do this one. And it can go on top of the acetate, that's fine. I'm just trying to stay inside. Oh, that's it's actually too wide. All right, let's go back to this one. Actually, I might use these. Are they the same height? Nope. I thought it felt thinner. It's definitely a tiny bit thinner. So I'm just going to do this one. So just support your edges and then support like these little corners. All right, for the little corners, I could go back to this. Just a little piece there. Do one there. One there. And the same thing on the bottom. Okay, that should be a decent amount of support. All right, so we have our top piece. Okay, it's going to go over the base. Okay, so what I like to do, I think it's easier. If you're going to ink it. I'm not inking this. I'm just leaving it nice, clean white, I think, because of the page. I don't think it needs inked. If it bothers y'all and you buy it, you can ink it later because it is removable, so you could ink it later. But I don't think it needs inked. This brown might show a little bit, but it was easier than just cutting this out and then attaching this to a card and doing it that way. It's just easier just to just cut the whole piece out. So that's why I did that. And it's not going to show much if it shows at all. So this is the area where I want my shaker stuff. So now I have to try to pile up my shaker stuff and not move it. Because after I'm going to peel off all this, have my shaker stuff there, and I'm going to very carefully place it over the top and hope I match. That's the hardest part. I really think that's the hardest part, is getting everything in there and match. I'm going to use just a little bit of snow. Not too much. I'll say about that much maybe. Some candy, because it's a gingerbread house. We got to have candy. Just a little bit of candy. And try to make sure they're one layer if you can. A little bit of candy. I'll flatten that down just a little bit. That should be enough. You don't want too much because then it'll take away all your design. We don't want to take away the design. Seed beads because I like the noise. Definitely some seed beads. I like these clear glass ones. They tend to work well. Okay, seed beads for noise. I just saw one fly out there. Try to keep them in the middle. Like I said, this is kind of the challenging part. Just a little bit. Let me see where that is. See where I can possibly put tape and not have it move. So I've got a spot there, a spot there, a spot there that's pretty good. Because it's kind of moving on me a lot. Let me come down so that when I'm doing it with you guys, you can see me. All right, I think there. So I'm going to try to put a little piece of tape there. Not much, just a teeny bit. So I want to be able to pull it back off. A little bit here. It'll just be easier if it's not moving when I'm trying to line it up, you know? Because that can be quite frustrating. And this tape is not super sticky, but sticky enough it'll hold for a minute. Okay. All right. There. So I've got that. What else do I want in there? I want some snowflake thingies. These blue ones are pretty. Just a few. There's a couple. That's too thick. Hold on. It feels like it's got 6 or 7 stacked up there. Yeah, it does. Okay. Get them to separate. There's a clear one. Do a couple of clears. A couple of blues. Just a few. Figuring out the right amount of fill is always kind of challenging, I guess. I don't think I'm going to do sequins. They tend to flip and snag, so I'm not going to do those. I might do some gold, though. Just a little bit of this gold stuff. This, I believe, came from a ribbon that I cut up for something. It's just teeny little pieces of gold. Trick is getting it in the middle. I 'll Just a few for sparkle. All right, that should be good. All right, I think that is enough. We got a little piece, a little stray. In you go. All right, so on the edge of this, where I'm going to be pulling that tape, I'm going to go ahead and put just a little bit of powder. Sometimes when you pull the tape, it still shows a little and stuff will stick to it. There's not a whole lot you can do about it, but if you put a little bit of powder, I'm trying to find a brush, just a little bit of powder on the edge, it kind of helps. So there's no sticky on your edge of your tape there. And it won't really show. Just a bit. All right, now we're going to try to pull all that tape off. So make sure it's nicely adhered. You know, just push everything. It feels like it's okay. Grab your pointy tool and start wherever you feel comfortable starting. It's tricky. Trying not to bump my pile of goodies. I don't want them moving. I don't know if other people put it on this side or if they put it, some people I've seen put it on this side. I found when I was trying to put it on this side and line it up that all my stuff was sticking to it before I could get it down, which is why I stopped doing that. Now, if you don't have an issue with that, you could put it on that side too. It can go on either side. It doesn't really matter per se. But that is my reasoning, is that I found that my shaker bits were sticking before I could get it down. Now, if for some reason I did not get this lined up perfectly, you can trim it. It's not the end of the world. It's not ideal. You prefer it to get, this didn't peel off. You prefer it to line up, but you know, sometimes things happen. There. All right, any more? I think I got them all. Nope, missed that one. I can't really see it, so I have to touch it. I think that was it. Let's see. Sticky, 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 sticky. Yep, they're all sticky. All right. Now, there's a runaway snowflake. Get in there. Anything else that's runaway, I'm going to just kind of peek from the edge. Looks okay. All right, now we got to try to line it up. Challenge. Woohoo. Hold my breath. Make sure my acetate still looks kind of clean. It's not bad. Okay. And then I'm just going to try to look over the top without getting my head in the camera. Normally I would look literally right over the top of this and do it that way, but I'll get my head in the camera, so it's a little more challenging. Trying to get the edges. I mostly want that globe to line up, but it should all line up if the edges are perfect. I think I did it. Yay. Okay, let's give it a good squish. Okay, now we can take off our security tape. Alrighty. So now, there's our back. Get a nice shake. Let's see if everything's letting go. I think we're good. I gotta zoom out so I can pull it closer. Okay. It's got a good amount of stuff in there. But when it falls down, it's not taking up too much of the picture. Just enough. Alright. You see how the seed beads give it that nice noise. Without the seed beads, it doesn't have that sound. Alright. So that's that. Let's get our journal piece. And there we go. Okay. It just pops right in there. It's totally secure until you want to pull it out. So that is our shaker card. And then we're just going to decorate this real quick, just to give it a little matching page here. And these are Stamperia images from 12 by 12 set, and I just thought they looked cute with that page. I feel like I'm missing chat or something. Oh, I'm totally missing chat. Let me try to get this chat to load. Ugh, so frustrating. All right, Lori says, love it. Thank you, Lori. I didn't do a great job of cutting that out. Let me see if I can trim that a little bit better. Just gonna trim off these white edges. It's like this one I almost got completely off, but the other one I didn't. I don't use my trimmer for this because it's too small and it will probably just rip the paper. All right, so there's that. I'm going to ink this with some brown. So, just some vintage photo, I think. So this is just a little journaling card. Stamperia. I may sew around this later. Haven't yet. I didn't have my sewing machine out, but I may just sew around it just for giving it a little bit of texture. I may do that throughout the book on certain things that I see. I try to get my sewing machine all out and do batches because I honestly don't like getting it out. It's kind of bulky and a pain. So this is just going to stick into these little circles. So I think what I'm going to do is I cut these out with my die cut because I didn't have a hole punch that was big enough for this one. So I did use my die cuts on these. Most of the circles in the Stamperia will fit one of your normal sizes. There were a couple that were a little off, but I managed to make it work. So I'm just going to put them like this. And then use it as a little tuck. So I'm thinking if I can... This is the idea. So I think if I put the bottom one... See how far over I gotta be to make it work, because I don't want to be too close there. I'm gonna glue this one just kind of like right there, I think. So that little section. So, because I'll never remember where to put the glue, I'm just gonna put a little mark before I move it. Hopefully I can see them a little bit. All right, that's fine. I'll just stick my fingers there. So there to there. So glue. Couldn't see my mark. I probably could have used a Sharpie or something, but that's all right. I'll make it work. Just a little bit of glue there. Move that just in case. So I think about there. Just try to make sure the greeting part is straight. So that's going to go like that. It's going to kind of stop there. And this one will be, I'm not going to glue the top of this one, just the side. It's just going to kind of hold the top a little and look a little more interesting, I think, by having two. I'm going to try to keep the distance about the same though. So I think about there and there. So you want it to go there. We can line that up. So glue just on this one little bit. Not too much, just enough to hold it. Look at my distance. Yeah, there. Just real simple, but a little different than just a normal pocket, you know. Something to do with those, and then this can be journaled on. All right, that is our project, guys. I think I got everything. I don't think I missed anything. So that's today's. We're getting close to ending this. I'm getting down to where it's almost mostly just plain pockets and things. So my next live on Friday, Friday will be, sorry, I'm trying to think and talk and I can't do it. I totally can't do it. It'll be on Friday, and I'll probably be filling in mostly like pockets and general stuff. And then at some point I'll be putting ribbon. I don't know what color I want here. I haven't decided. I like the red, but also like the green. Either would probably be fine. So one or the other there. If you have a preference, you can let me know, Lori. If not, I'll just put them randomly throughout the book. But this type of lace will be going on there. I think I have a couple other laces. I have this lace that dyed okay, but I couldn't get the crocheted one to look right. It was looking really weird. I'm just going to save it for a grunge journal or something. And I don't know. I might put some white. I've got some white that I might put in there too. So it'll probably be an alternate between these three colors. The white, red, and the green is what I'm thinking. Because I also have this white ribbon I bought from Stamperia.com. Or no, Scrapbooking.com. 49 Market is the brand, but I got it at Scrapbook.com. So I'll probably put maybe this one. Maybe some of this. I don't know. I like the crocheted laces because they're just soft, and when you're doing a soft journal, it's nicer. So let's grab your page that this goes in. This goes back in here like So sure everything's lining up still. So mostly I've got to fill in a few of the blank pages, you know, with different pockets and things. Like this, I probably won't do anything for. It could be a journaling space, but I don't want to put anything there that will interfere with the picture. Same thing with that. But there are some places that just need a pocket or something. I'll probably cover that with masking tape or something and put a pocket there. You know, pockets or whatever throughout here. But I'm pretty much done with most of the interactive type things. I think we've got a decent amount in here. So that's one signature. They're pretty full. And then the others. But I think this ribbon's going to be, I mean, that just matches so well. I was really happy with those colors. And then let's see what's in here. So I might put either a stencil or something there. Possibly a stencil there. Might do a few more belly bands. I've got some things I can do belly bands with. I do need to put something there. I might just put paper of some sort of a background paper that matches. I've also got this, what did I print out the other, let me see if it's hit. I don't know if it's here. It's probably nowhere close. Let me see if I can reach it. What time is it? We're okay on time. Where's it at? Is it this one? Right on the edge of my mic reaching. Yeah. I printed a couple of things from that, from this. Like this right here is this. I just made it bigger. And this is one of her background pages. So, you know, I may put something like that or something like that. Or I may just go through my papers and see if I see anything else. But I'll put something there. And just kind of fill in what's left. You know, a pocket here probably. So mostly it's just going to be pockets and tucks and fine-tuning with stencils for Friday. And I think we're good, guys. This is got lots of interactive fun stuff, and I think it's pretty good. Yeah. So that's where we're at. All right, guys. That is our live for today. I will be back on Friday at 9 p.m. so y'all join me, and make sure if you're watching on YouTube you subscribe and to my YouTube. All right, thank you guys. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Take care. All right, bye-bye.